We're going to start in the American League, and the American League East is where we want to begin. And I'm going to throw it to Todd, being that he's in New York and with the American League East. Todd, you want to give us your rundown of the division and how you see this being played out? Have at it.
So do you want this in bottom up or top down?
Well, I'm a big fan of seeing who you got at the very tippy top. And then
tippy top.
Let's see who you believe is the true essence, the cream of the division.
I'm a Mets fan. Everybody knows that. And so this is going to come as a shock. I think the Yankees win it.
First off,
the Yankees win this division.
I almost stopped you and was like, it's the American League. So,
well,
you're like, I'm a Mets fan. I'm like,
Yankees win it, and he's got the Mets in second.
No, the Yankees are good. Yankees are going to win the division. I know they lost Soto, but they signed Yarborough. They signed Bellinger. I'm a huge Bellinger fan. Signed Goldschmidt. They signed Max Fried. They are deeper than just this loss of Garrett Cole. So I think the Yankees win the division. I think they go to the playoffs as winners of the division. That's who I have as my number one in the AL East.
So my number one, after doing, is that, you want me to come next?
Well, bring it. Brendan wants to know the top. Let's go.
Well, I labored on this one. I couldn't go with the Yankees because they lost to Garrett Cole. They lost, you did mention they lost Gill. They lost Soto, and they lost Stanton. So I cannot put them in first. I actually am going with their nemesis, the Boston Red Sox.
Ooh. Well, to wrap it up, again, I'm the wild card here, everybody. There's very little research done on this side. I'm just the host. I just look at these teams. I got the Baltimore Orioles winning this division. And the reason why I have the Baltimore Orioles is that they have continued to get better and consistent and young, and they can always add midseason, and I feel like that's going to project them ahead. So Baltimore's my number one. Dad, your
reasoning for Baltimore, let me get this straight. Your reasoning for Baltimore is that they will add people.
They have a good team right now, but
the team as it's assembled now is not good enough, but because they will add people, Baltimore will finish first.
I have Baltimore finishing first in the division, yes. Because they're going to be capable of making the right moves.
You always do this. You always do that. You make the craziest predictions, and you're right once out of every 10 times.
Well, we have 6 divisions, so this is the first one I'm right on. And
I'm angry already at you for stupidity.
Well, number one, I have the Orioles. Dad, you have Boston. And you didn't even dive into Boston. You just talked trash about the Yankees. You want to tell us why you think Boston is number one?
He loves Chapman.
I think Boston did improve themselves at all levels. They improved their pitching, they improved their hitting, and some sportscaster wrote a good article that I liked, and I said, okay, I'll go with the Bean Eaters. I'll do the Boston.
Let's get a bean.
Let's hear Todd's next 4 so we can get an order.
All right. I had Boston at second.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not crazy.
I had Baltimore as third. I had Toronto as fourth, and I had the Rays as fifth. However, I have surprises that, like, it would be really fun if Toronto won.
Won what?
The division.
The division? You have them fourth.
I know.
But it would be fun if they,
Yeah, like, if all of a sudden, like, Bichette and Guerrero have, like, these crazy seasons, and all of a sudden, like, Canada politely celebrates and we have to remove tariffs because they decide to win the division. Like, that would be funny if we had bets and it was tariffs based on who wins. My other surprise is that Boston finishes second, even though I picked Boston to finish second, but that they actually make the playoffs by finishing second.
So how many teams in the 5 that you have, when you projected the playoffs, which we'll get to, You right now
I
have
don't know yet.
okay,
I'm not there.
not there
You're
yet.
having me think too far ahead.
No worries.
I haven't considered playoffs, but that would be my surprise.
So you're a 5.
That Boston decides to selectively pretend 2020 never happened, like most of us, and then they just move forward and they get a wild card bid.
So one of the things that I need to remind some people about with Boston that I think neither of you have projected on, Trevor Story is back and healthy. That was a huge signing for them who has never panned out. And he can be a massive uptick for them in their offense, especially with the Green Monster. Dad, to your point with the pitching, I would agree with that. So Todd, going down your 5, you have Yankees, Boston. Last year for ESPN, they will be happy with that. Followed by Baltimore, Toronto, and then Tampa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm in agreement in the top 3. It's just the order. I like Baltimore so much, I almost picked them over Boston. To me, Boston and Baltimore are the top dogs, and the Yankees are in 3rd. And then the last 2, I actually picked Tampa Bay to be 4th and Toronto in last place, even though I'm convinced of this. Toronto could well have a winning record and finish in last place. This division is really strong.
And with this crazy
and
schedule that is allowable because they don't play each other so much.
Yeah, so it's a difficult division, but I really thought Boston and Baltimore rose to the top in my picks.
Okay, well, I agree with you about Baltimore and Boston. I think it's Baltimore, Boston. I think it's Tampa, then the Yankees.
Whoa.
Then I have Toronto in the back end. And not only do I have Toronto in the back end, I see Vlad Guerrero Jr. ending the year on a contender like a Baltimore, where they trade him because they did not sign him and they know they won't be able to get anything for him. So Toronto's going to do a yard sale because their season's going to be so bad. And they're going to be one of the BadderSports highlights of the year because their payroll, ladies and gentlemen, for the Toronto Blue Jays is $234 million to finish 5th. That's right.
They're not finishing 5th.
I'm in my world, we're debating. We can debate it for a long time. This is the year of the injuries for the Yankees. It's one of those things that the momentum's not on their side. You can sign all those players. You went to the World Series. When you do what you do in the World Series and you wave your hand at fate and then you say, don't worry, we'll be back. It's okay. We made 15 errors. We're going to be back. Ain't going to happen. You're not even sniffing the playoffs. 4th. That's what I give you for that World Series performance. 4th.
The only thing I've seen worse about predictions for the Yankees came from these really negative Yankee fans who are running around saying the sky is falling. But
perfect. Come on in the hot tub. There's room for you. Comment. So I have, again, for everybody listening, you want to make bets. Baltimore, Boston, Tampa, Yankees, then Toronto. Toronto's having a yard sale like we do every Saturday.
Tampa as 3rd?
Tampa's 3rd.
What, McClanahan coming back from Tommy John? That's like they're going to finish 3rd now.
They're going to finish 3rd because they're the only team excited about playing in a full stadium for once.
They're playing in the Yankees spring training facility.
Proving my point yet again that yes, they can't sell out. They can't sell out a real baseball stadium, but a minor league team, they can sell that out.
It's just depressing.
And by the way, weather's going to matter down there in Tampa. Weather will matter. You're not in the dome anymore.
Yeah, it's what a controversy.
Oh, you think the NBA rests players during certain times? The humidity's too bad. I can't play.
What players? What players are the
visiting teams are going to suffer when they go and play in Tampa Bay?
All right.
I'm just telling you, you go to a minor league stadium, you don't play as hard. They're not going to feel the
Johnson going to have to change his.
So Todd doesn't like any of my picks, which is fine because the viewers can just laugh at me because I'm not the expert. You guys are the 2 experts here. We got Todd. You got the Yankees, Red Sox, right? Orioles. Then you have Blue Jays, then Rays.
Yeah,
and then Dad, you followed that up with you have Boston, Orioles, Yankees, Tampa, then Toronto as well.
That's right.
So we all have Toronto in near the bottom on this one. Have you put any thought into where Vlad Guerrero Jr. is playing at the end of this baseball season?
I have not.
I have. He's going to finish on Toronto.
Okay.
They're not letting him go.
I have him on Baltimore Orioles. Go to my further comment.
Toronto, number one, Toronto is not letting him go. Number two, if they let him go, they're not letting him go to a division rival so he can harass them for 15 years. It's not happening.
Baltimore has a loaded spring training. Loaded minor leagues. They're ready to rock and roll. I like what Baltimore's doing. They need it for the playoffs. They're ready to make a move in the playoffs.
Hold on. I'm shaking my jar of overrated juice. It's coming up, Baltimore. Here we go. Not as young as they used to be.
All right, well, we'll see who gets off to the hot start. As we all know,
delicious, as was the first.
We will go and revisit this throughout the year.